Hi everyone, I am Danielle. I'm the Sales and Education Executive for Anastasia Beverly Hills, based out of St. Louis, Missouri. And I would like to invite you to watch this video and find out what my must-have products from Anastasia are. Every beautiful canvas starts with a beautiful primer. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Hydrating Oil to give my skin a bright, hydrated base before I apply the foundation. So I'm just going to take 1, 2, 3 drops into the brush A30 to apply in the areas where my skin has the most texture and needs the most hydration.
Every single skin type needs this oil, I promise you. Even the most oily skin will benefit from the jojoba oil that will help balance that oil production. The borage seed will help soften fine lines. Black currant will maintain the skin's natural glow. Rosehip oil is going to improve the texture, you guys. And my favorite, the lavage oil, helps tone and tighten. There's so many other great things about this unique oil blend that I love, and the smell is amazing, trust me.
Now it's all about that base. I'm using the Anastasia Luminous Foundation in the shade 250C, which is my summertime shade. I'm going to take 1.5 pumps for a true medium coverage. What I like to do is start by placing and pressing the product evenly in all quadrants of the face, especially in the areas where I have the most discoloration. And so that's going to be in the center of the face for me and a few spots. So once I do that, then I can just easily go and blend out with light sweeping motions. And this formula is super easy to blend.
The Anastasia Luminous Foundation is the perfect fit for someone that wants a radiant, luminous, but yet very natural looking complexion. The formula is water resistant and it blends easily. It's available in 50 different shades and it has 100% color match technology. So the color you see is a color you're going to get all day long. You'll never get any flashback in your photos, and it's also going to blur any texture. The final result is flawless looking skin.
Now, because this formula is ophthalmologist tested and safe for use around the eyes, I can take my winter shade and use that as my concealer whenever I'm more tanned in the summer. So I'm just gonna plop that right underneath. I used a 1/2 pump. And if you like more fuller coverage, like I do around the eyes, my eyes have a lot of discoloration. What I like to do is place and let it sit and dry before I blend it out. So that's gonna be about 30 seconds to a minute. Now that the shade 200 of the Luminous Foundation that I use as my concealer is practically dried down, I'm going to take a smaller brush that'll fit better around my eyes. This is the brush A16 from Anastasia, and I'm just going to press the rest of the remaining product into the skin. So that way I have a really smooth and even blend. And I'm going to lightly sweep the rest of the product that's wet down onto the cheek. So that way it lightly has a fade or a gradation of color. So it's brightest around the darkest part of my eye. I get the most coverage where I want it, and then it lightly blends down to the rest of my cheek area. And that's how you would do that. And although I do love this glowy, smooth looking complexion that the Luminous Foundation gives, I have some oiliness in my skin. So I'm going to use the Anastasia loose setting powder to really set the areas in my face. For example, through the forehead, down my nose, I am very, very oily, almost oil slick. So I need to set that in place. This foundation will be super long wearing throughout the day, no matter what, but I do need some measures in place to absorb some of that excess oil. So I'm taking a larger brush. This is the brush A20. And a little bit of the loose setting powder into the lid, and I'm going to swirl it around to really pick it up into those bristles. Tap off the excess, and I'm going to start in the areas where I'm most oily and just press that product in. Once I have a good amount of powder pressed into the oilier areas, I'm going to take whatever's left over and just lightly dust it across the bottom half of my face, the top right here, just to get a slightly more mattified look. I don't want my look to be overall matte. I prefer a glowy looking complexion. And there you have it. And that was the shade Vanilla. Now, those who know me know most days I don't have a ton of time before I need to be out the door and I need to look really polished and put together. That's where these come into play. So with these two products, the new face palettes from Anastasia and the highlighter that was part of our spring collection in Iced Out. Look how beautiful. This is the Costa Rica shade or Off to Costa Rica, and then that Iced Out highlighter. Woo. So you can skip the Iced Out highlighter if you don't like the glow, but I really like to glow, so I add both together. And then you're gonna need only 2 brushes to complete this look. These paired together are going to give your face enough dimension and color in a really easy and fast way. So you'll look like you spent a lot of time, but you didn't spend a lot of time. Nobody's gonna know. Am I right?
So I'm going to start off bronzing. I'm using the brush A30 because of the shape of the brush and the density of the brush. It makes the perfect brush for this step. You're going to dip into the bronzer. This is the shade Tamarindo, which is a warm golden amber bronze. It's made for someone with a tan, medium to tan skin tone. My skin tone's a little bit more of the light medium, so it's definitely going to give me that more tan glam effect, which is what I'm going for. Since I'm not doing a lot of makeup and I don't normally do, I want high impact. And the formula, this brand new, easy to blend formula, makes this effortless to blend on top of creams, liquids, or powders. So you can see I'm not having to work very hard to blend it, even though the color is a little darker for my skin tone. You'll love the buttery feel and texture of this new formula. I know I do. So after you've bronzed in the places where sun would hit, or you've just wanted to place it in the areas that you feel most comfortable bronzing, we're going to go in and blush. I'm mixing the 2 shades of highlighter and blush together to make a custom blush. Hibiscus is a bright coral, and the highlighter, Sunset Beach, is a shimmering bronze gold. I love mixing them together. And you can see how easy it was to blend. Like literally easy and effortless is all this is. Now, I like to glow. Those are my vibes. If you haven't got the memo yet, Iced Out is this brand new formula for Anastasia. It gives a second skin-like texture, very smooth finish with ultra beaming golden effects that give this lit from within glow. Love to pair it with every single highlighter that I use. Sometimes I just use it alone for an all over glow.
So now that I have my face almost finished, it's time to set everything in place. I'm going to use the Dewy Setting Mist from Anastasia. I'm actually going to use a beauty blender. You could always take and hold your arm a few inches away from your face and spray and set your face like that. I like to spray a little into my hand, like so. Take a dry beauty blender, soak up the majority of the product, all of it, like so, and then use the beauty blender to spot set and also increase the glow. So I obviously want more glow here, and then a little here, and then around the temples. Don't want to be too dewy down the center of my face, so I'm going to take whatever's left over and just lightly set the center of my face where I get most oily. Obviously, I can't go out the door until I get my brows on, duh. So I liked Brow Freeze. It's a staple. Can never live without it again. The brow print, the brow pen, the Brow Freeze applicator, and the Pro Pencil #2. Let me show you how I use them.
If you're seeing this video, it's a sign that you need Brow Freeze. It's so easy to use and honestly my favorite brow product ever. To use it properly, you'll start with a very small amount of product using the Brow Freeze brush that's custom made to go with it. Scoop out a little, place it on the back of the lid. You'll want to close the lid tightly after use so it doesn't dry. Flip it over to the spoolie side and get just a little bit of product blended into the spoolie so it evenly coats every hair. Trust me, less is more with this, and you'll really appreciate that because it'll really last a long time for you. Now you're just going to tame and brush the hairs in the desired shape or effect that you are going for. I'm preferring a more lifted look with my brows to help open my eyes, so I brush the brow hairs up and a little over to the side. You can also laminate the brows. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Brow freeze is ideal for really any brow hair. Fine hair, coarse hair, unruly hair, you will love this. And this is how you would go in and actually laminate, by taking the brow freeze brush and laying the hairs flat against the skin. Since I don't want a laminated look today, I'm just going to take the spoolie and comb them back up into the desired shape and placement that I want. You'll also love brow freeze because it's mess free. You don't have to add any spray or anything else to go with this.
Now that my brows are styled the way that I want them to be all day long until I wash my face tonight, it's time to fill and detail with one step, and that's the brow pen. It's waterproof, which is exactly what I need. And I'm just going to give it a little shake to make sure that the ink is evenly flowing, and then go to town. Watch how easy this is.
If you are at all intimidated by a brow pen, let this be your sign to go out, run and grab a brow pen right now, because you will be surprised at how easy and effortless it is to use the Anastasia brow pen. The super fine tip of the applicator make the ink glide on effortlessly. It's waterproof and it looks like the most realistic brow hairs I've ever had. So go try it. Take my word for it. You will fall in love very, very quickly. It's so easy.
Real quick message. If you are unsure how full your brow should be or where you should be placing your brow hair strokes, Anastasia's got you covered with her golden ratio technique. This is where you will use her patented signature brow shaping technique called the golden ratio technique, and you would measure out where your brow should begin, where your brow should end, and the highest point the arch should be. If you want to know more, I'll teach you, but just to fact check me really quick, since you didn't actually see me map, I've got Anastasia's hand right here in these stencils, and I will hold it up, boom, boom, boom. So you can see my brow fits. Brow check. Now let's do the other brow. Now that both brows are on and ready to go, I'm just going to highlight to crisp and clean them up a little bit using the Pro Pencil. This product is my brow's saving grace, especially in between brow waxings. You know what I mean.
This multitasking pencil can be used in multiple places. But the full coverage, full pigment, cream to powder formula, I love around the brows because it'll also hide hair in between brow waxing. And it's so easy to blend, and the shape is perfect to quickly conceal and highlight around the brows.
No look is complete without a Lash Brag Mascara, the Allure Best of 2020 winner. And you know what? I couldn't agree with them more. This is 1.5 coats. I haven't dipped back into the tube yet, and look at who can do two things at once, right? Look at my lashes so far. Wait just a second until I get all the coats on.
I had to show me putting this formula on my lashes. You really need to see the magic to believe it. The formula is ultra creamy and super black, the blackest mascara I've ever seen, which delivers the most volume payoff just from the color, and then the formula can easily be built on top of itself multiple times. It's probably why it won the award for Best of Beauty. The formula is also water resistant, so it's going to be long wearing
And there you have it,
and
folks.
not
Look
flaky.
at those lashes. And honestly, I don't really have nice lashes, so thank you for this. So tell me what you think of this look. Is it something that you would wear? Tell me down below. All right, see you later. Bye.